Okay, see here. So, okay. So just we'll continue that remaining chapter. Okay. So listen carefully. It is very important. So once again there will be. I won't tell again this one. So think that this is a school. Okay. Yes. Now come to a point. Yes, see here. Okay. So Louis 16 was there. On the May 5th, 1789, Louis XVI called together an assembly of the estate generals to pass a proposal for new taxes. So here, on this day, that is May 5th, 1789, so Louis XVI called the General Assembly. So here General Assembly is there. General Assembly. So in this General Assembly, they called the people to pass a proposal for new taxes. So high liras are just high liras are taxed. Okay, taxed for these peasants, mainly the peasants, to collect more taxes. So who will be paying these? Who will be paying the taxes? Means not the first estate or second estate. The first estate, second estate వాళ్ళు taxes pay చేయటం లేదు, కానీ థర్డ్ estate వాళ్ళు మాత్రమే taxes pay చేస్తున్నారు. Okay, but in spite of this one, in the General Assembly, there is no vote power for third estate, but vote power is there for first estate and second estate. Okay, సో వీళ్ళు ట్యాక్స్ పే చేస్తున్నా కూడా వీళ్ళకి ఓట్ పవర్ లేదు, కానీ ఫస్ట్ ఎస్టేట్ సెకండ్ ఎస్టేట్, ఓన్లీ దట్ ఫస్ట్ ఎస్టేట్ అండ్ సెకండ్ ఎస్టేట్ ఈస్ హ్యావింగ్ ద ఓట్ పవర్. Okay. Yes. So before going to this outbreak of revolution, so just this is very important. These dates are very important. Remember some important dates in the Europe. So first, in the year 1774, Louis XVI becomes the King of France and faces empty treasury and growing discontent within society of the old regime. So here in this year, the Louis XVI has become as a king for the France, but at the time the France is suffering with the lack of treasury, that means a deficit. Okay, next in the year 1789, convocation of estate general, third estate forms National Assembly. So in the year 1789, so finally Louis XVI was overthrown by the third estate people and they will form this National Assembly. Okay, we will see this one. Next in the year 1791, Constitution is framed to limit the powers of king and guarantee basic rights to all human beings. So in the 1791, a new constitution was framed by third estate people, and in that estate, so human rights also proposed. Human rights or man rights. Okay, next 1792 to 93, French became a republic. So in 92 to 93, finally all the powers of Louis XVI was removed by the General Assembly, which is formed by third estate. And then finally the France became the independent country from the monarchy. Okay, and the king beheaded. So beheaded means what? So finally again in the after 1792 to 93, when the year 93 was came, once again, so here one club was there, Jacobin Club. So overthrow of Jacobin Republic, a directory rules from the France. So see here, actually here one Jacobin club was there. It is called as Jacobin Club. Jacobin Club. What is the meaning of Jacobin Club? Means it is a revolutionary group. Same like as in our country, INC was there, Indian National Congress, like political party. So here also one group was there. That group main intention is to liberate France from the Louis XVI. Okay, so like that. So Jacobin Club was there. So Jacobin Club has placed a vital role or important role in the French Revolution. Finally, the French was liberated with this union, that is Jacobin Republic or Jacobin Club. Then once again in the 93, the king, the king's rule was slowly established. And here in the 1804, Napoleon becomes the emperor of the France, annexes large parts of Europe. So Napoleon becomes the monarchy for Republic France. He declared himself as a king or monarchy of the Republic of the France, and he becomes the monarchy. And next 1815 onwards, so Napoleon was defeated at Waterloo battle. So these are the important dates. Okay, so just remember after that. Just afterwards we can discuss about that one. Now, so how this French Revolution was started? See here. Okay. Yes. So France is having a General Assembly. It is in the rectangular shape or square shape. Then in this one, in the middle, the king monarchy is sitting. After that, the first estate peoples are sitting. Next, second estate peoples are sitting. And next one is the third estate peoples are standing. So ఇక్కడ చూడండి, ఇదంతా కూడా జనరల్ అసెంబ్లీ అని చెప్తాం. ఓకే, జనరల్ అసెంబ్లీ ఆఫ్ ద ఫ్రాన్స్. సో ఫస్ట్ మనకి ఇక్కడ ఫస్ట్ మోనార్కీ ఎవరు, లూయిస్ 16 కూర్చోంటాడు. తర్వాత నెక్స్ట్ ఫస్ట్ ఎస్టేట్ పీపుల్ అంటే క్లర్గీ వాళ్ళు, చర్చ్ ప్రీస్ట్ వాళ్ళు ఇక్కడ కూర్చొని ఉంటారు. సెకండ్ లైన్లో సెకండ్ estate, that is noble persons and king's family members are sitting in this, they are also sitting. But third estate peoples are made to stand around these two estates. Okay, but here who is paying taxes means third estate. Okay, third estate peoples only paying the taxes, but there is no paying of taxes by first clergy, that is first estate and second estate. But in spite of this one also, monarchy asked them casting of vote. So casting of vote power is given for first estate and second estate, but there is no third estate. వాళ్ళు ట్యాక్స్లు కడుతున్నారు కానీ వాళ్ళకి ఓట్ పవర్ మాత్రం లేదు. వీళ్ళు మాత్రం ట్యాక్స్ కట్టడం లేదు, అయినా వాళ్ళకి ఓట్ పవర్ ఉంది, ఫస్ట్ ఎస్టేట్ వాళ్ళకి, సెకండ్ ఎస్టేట్ వాళ్ళకి. సో ఇదంతా కూడా వాళ్ళకి కోపం వచ్చింది, ఎవరికి, థర్డ్ ఎస్టేట్ వాళ్ళకి. సో ఇమీడియట్లీ దే డిమాండెడ్ ఫర్ ఓట్ పవర్. ఓకే, ఫర్ casting of vote. For what purpose? That is for passing of new taxes bill. For passing of new taxes bill. So if the third estate is casting the vote, means what will happen? The bill will not be passed in the assembly. Okay, so the bill will be objected here. So that's why they did not given any vote power by the monarchy. So this made angry by the third estate people. And also third estate peoples are more people when compared to the first estate and second estate. So immediately what happened means, when they asked for vote power in this passing of this tax bill, then king was rejected. Then immediately all the peoples, third estate people, as they are made to stand and there is no vote power for them, so they came outside from the general assembly. All people immediately they came outside from the assembly, and here only just a first estate and second estate, and only clergy was there, very small numbers. So they came outside from the assembly and they have gathered in a tennis court. So see here, if this is the assembly means they came outside from this one, and here tennis court is there. In this tennis court, all the third estate people has gathered. Okay, they rejected the king's proposal. Okay, and then here what happened in the tennis court. So we'll see here. So here this is the tennis court. The tennis court oath. In the tennis court oath, so tennis court they have made one pledge. It is called as pledge or oath. అంటే అర్థం ఏంటి? ఒక ప్రతిజ్ఞ, ఒక ఒప్పందం చేసుకున్నారు అందరు. ఓకే, ఏమని చేసుకున్నారు? సో ఆల్ మెంబర్స్ ఆర్ ట్రీటెడ్ ఈక్వల్లీ. ఓకే, సో దే హ్యావ్ ఓవర్థ్రోన్ ద కింగ్స్ రూల్. So they are not accepting. So they are not accepting the Louis XVI rule. Okay. So Louis XVI వాళ్ళది వాళ్ళ యొక్క సిద్ధాంతం అంతా కూడా మేము తిరస్కరిస్తుంటాం అనేసి వీళ్ళందరూ కూడా ఒక కాన్స్టిట్యూషన్ తయారు చేస్తున్నారు. They have prepared one constitution independently and without caring of the king and monarch and first estate and second estate. And in this one, a oral constitution was prepared. So in that oral constitution, all peoples are given importance. And finally, democratic rules are followed. All members have liberty. All members have freedom. And all members have vote power. Like that. So orally, constitution was prepared in the tennis court. Okay, so like this all peoples are gathered in the tennis court, and each and every community they asked to mention in the constitution. So here a temporary constitution was prepared. Not temporary, it is a permanent constitution, of course. వాళ్ళు ఓరల్ గా ఒక కాన్స్టిట్యూషన్ తయారు చేస్తున్నారు అన్నమాట. ఓకే, దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ as tennis court oath. So prepared by sketch of Lord painting by Jacob Louis David. The painting was intended to be hung in the National Assembly. సో మనకి ఈ పెయింటింగ్ అనేది ఫ్రెంచ్కి వెళ్తే మనము ఫ్రాన్స్లో ఇప్పుడు కూడా ఉంది. జనరల్ అసెంబ్లీలో మనం చూసే పెద్దగా పెయింటింగ్ వేసి పెట్టింటారు ఇది. ఓకే, ఇది ఒక మూమెంట్ అన్నమాట, హిస్టారికల్ మూమెంట్. సో ఈ మూమెంట్లో వాళ్ళు కాన్స్టిట్యూషన్లో ప్రతి ఒక్క కమ్యూనిటీని వాళ్ళు మెన్షన్ చేసుకోవాలనేసి ప్రతి ఒక్కరు కూడా చెప్పినారు. సో మా కమ్యూనిటీ దాంట్లో మెన్షన్ చేయండి అనేసి. సో ఫైనల్గా ఓవరాల్గా వాళ్ళు ఒక కాన్స్టిట్యూషన్ని రాసి పెట్టినారనమాట. సో ఇన్ విచ్ ఇయర్? ఇన్ ద ఇయర్ 1791కి వచ్చేసరికి కాన్స్టిట్యూషన్ ప్రిపేర్ చేస్తున్నారు. సో దిస్ ఓత్ ఈజ్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ టెన్నిస్ కోర్ట్ ఓత్, హిస్టారికల్ మూమెంట్ ఇన్ ద ఫ్రాన్స్. ఓకే, so where it was there, it was present in Bastille. So Bastille antam, Bastille nagaramlone undi anamata. Okay, next what happened? Just we'll move forward. See here, the spread of great fear. So here finally what happened means Louis XVI was not cared by these peasants and also the third estate people. Then immediately number of the king got angry. Okay, the king got angry, that is Louis XVI got angry, and then immediately they asked the soldiers, army people to destroy this revolt. So finally what is the thing happened means these third estate people only started the revolution. Okay, వీళ్ళే మొత్తం కూడా రెవల్యూషన్ స్టార్ట్ చేసినారు థర్డ్ ఎస్టేట్ వాళ్ళు. రెవల్యూషన్ అంటే ఏంటి? తిరుగుబాటు అనమాట. సో దే హ్యావ్ destroyed all the they did not care about this king, and they destroyed this Bastille government offices. So here Bastille was there at the time, very important place, city. So in the Bastille almost the furniture of the monarchy was destroyed. Then immediately the king has ordered the army to control this revolution. So in this way the revolution was broke out, and this horror was spread to all parts of this France. సో ప్రతి ఏరియాకి ప్రతి ఒక్క నగరానికి మొత్తం కూడా స్ప్రెడ్ అయింది అనమాట ఫ్రాన్స్లో. ఓకే, అండ్ నాట్ ఓన్లీ దిస్ వన్. సో లైక్ దిస్ finally what happened means finally Louis XVI was overthrown from the power. సో లూయిస్ 16ని ఫైనల్గా పవర్లో నుంచి తీసేసినారు అనమాట. సో ద కింగ్ monarchy is nobody is accepting the rule of this monarchy, that is Louis 16. Finally what happened, see here, National Assembly was there here. So National Assembly completed the draft of the Constitution in the 1791. So in the year 1791 what happened, see here, Constitution was written with the 3 forms. One is judiciary, next executive, legislature. So these 3 are very important for every constitution in the world. Okay, suppose if you see in our country's constitution, there are 3 organs of governments are there. So it is called as organs of government: judiciary, executive, legislature. So first, judiciary means what? All the court, high court, supreme court, they will comes under this one in our country. Executive, nothing but, so these are the important people. So they doesn't have direct powers, they are having the indirect powers. Legislature means what? These peoples are directly elected by people. Okay, these peoples are directly elected by people by casting their votes, but these peoples are elected not by casting of vote, but their talents. వాళ్ళకి టాలెంట్ని బట్టి వాళ్ళని ఎన్నుకుంటారు అన్నమాట. సో దట్స్ వై ఇట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ ఎగ్జిక్యూటివ్ అండ్ దిస్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ legislature. Next one, judiciary. So in this way the constitution was prepared. But see here, so here also judiciary was there. So judiciary is also given the vote power. Okay, executive. Now here executive is having the king and ministers. Next, legislature, see here. Under legislature, so this is the total flow chart. So under legislature, National Assembly is there and also electorals will be there. Again executive, under executive there will be kings and ministers, and under judiciary that vote powers will be there. So here who is casting the vote means active citizens. Once again, see, the citizens are classified into 2 types. One is active citizens, next one is passive citizens. Active citizens is nothing but they are entitled to vote. That means above 25 years is there means they will get the vote power. So how many people are means nearly 4 billion of its 4 million peoples are having the vote power out of these 28 millions. సో మనకు ఆ రోజుల్లో 28 millions ఉన్నారు, అందులో 4 millions వాళ్ళకి మాత్రమే ఓట్ పవర్ ఉందన్నమాట. సో వాళ్ళని యాక్టివ్ సిటిజన్స్ అంటాం. ప్యాసివ్ సిటిజన్స్ మీన్స్ నో ఓట్ పవర్. అబౌట్ 3 million men, women, children and youth below 25 years. So these are the people not having the vote power. Okay, so in this way the society of the French was divided. So some of you take the screenshot. కొంతమంది స్క్రీన్ షాట్ తీసుకోండి, ఇట్లాంటివి వాట్సాప్లో పెట్టండి, గ్రూప్లో ఫొటోస్. ఓకే, సో హ్యావ్ గాట్ దిస్ పాయింట్: judiciary, executive, legislature. So very important. Under executive, king will be there, ministers will be there, but legislature is having the National Assembly and next electorals. Okay, and here 2 active citizens and passive citizens. Okay, just remember this one. Okay, next just we move forward. So see here, the Constitution of 1791 vested the power to make laws in the National Assembly, which was indirectly elected. But of course, when the Constitution was prepared, but still the constitution was not prepared in a good manner. It was good manner in only 80%, but remaining 20% is lagging. Okay. Next, here in the drafted constitution in the year 1791, they also mentioned the Declaration of Man's and Citizens' Rights. So this is very important. So the Declaration of Rights of Man and Citizens. So here totally 17 rights are there. In this constitution drafted, it is called as drafted constitution. Drafted constitution in the year 1791. They also given 17 human rights. Okay, 17 citizens' rights. What are the 17 citizens' rights means? So here this picture was there. See here. So this is the picture. So if you go to the France means here totally 17 rights will be there. So they are scripted on this marble stones. మనం ఫ్రెంచ్లో చూస్తే ఇట్లాంటిది ఒక పెద్దది మనం చూస్తాం ఫ్రెంచ్లో. దాంట్లో మొత్తం 17 రూల్స్ ఉంటాయన్నమాట. ఓకే, మనకి ఇక్కడ పిక్చర్లో ఇక్కడ 13 ఉంది, నెక్స్ట్ ఇక్కడ 17 ఉంది, కానీ ఇక్కడ పిక్చర్ కటింగ్ చేసి ఇచ్చినారు, మనకి పూర్తిగా ఇవ్వలేదు. సో మనకి పూర్తిగా ఇస్తే 17 రూల్స్ కరెక్ట్గా ఉంటాయి అన్నమాట. ఓకే, సో హియర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ గివెన్ ద 17 రైట్స్. ఓకే, here also it is not given the 17 rights, but actually this is having the full picture in the some other pages, but here not there. Okay, okay, come to the point. Here also given about one revolutionary generalist. So you can see, so in those days one person was there, so his name is Jean-Paul Marat. Commented in his newspaper. The newspaper is L'Ami du People, the friend of people. That is the newspaper name. On the constitution drafting committed on the. So what is the comment here made means? So the task of representing people has been given to the rich people. మీరు కాన్స్టిట్యూషన్ ప్రిపేర్ చేసినారు, కానీ అందులో రిచ్ పీపుల్స్కి మాత్రమే పవర్ ఉంది, పూర్ పీపుల్స్ని నెగ్లెక్ట్ చేసినారు అని ఒక కామెంట్ చేసినాడు న్యూస్ పేపర్లో. సో హీ ఈస్ ద ఎడిటర్ for this newspaper. Okay, Jean-Paul Marat. Okay, his name is just Jean-Paul Marat, and his newspaper name is L'Ami du People, like that. Okay, next just move forward. So this is about the things happened at the time of French Revolution. Next, see here. Here some political symbols are there. So reading political symbols. In those days, some symbols are given in the constitution. So these are the symbols. Okay. So what are the symbols means here? The chains were used to fetter slaves. A broken chain stands for act of becoming free. So మన ఇండియాలో మనం ఏం చేస్తాం, కొన్ని సింబల్స్ వాడతాం కదా. సో సపోజ్ ఇఫ్ యూ టేక్ ద జ్యుడిషియరీ, we can use this common balance. మనం చూస్తాం ఇట్లా. ఓకే, దీనికి అర్థమైంది సింబల్. సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద మీనింగ్ ఫర్ దిస్ కామన్ బ్యాలెన్స్ సింబల్ మీన్స్? సో ద జడ్జ్మెంట్ ఈస్ గివెన్ ఈక్వల్లీ ఫర్ ఆల్ పీపుల్. ఓకే, దట్ ఈస్ ద సింబల్. సో లైక్ దట్ హియర్ పొలిటికల్ సింబల్స్ ఆర్ దేర్. సో see here political symbols. So the broken chain indicates that you are freed men. So mainly the society of the France, they are using these kind of symbols. Okay, next the bundle of rods or the fasces. One rod can easily broken, but not entire bundle. This strength lies in unity. So ఇక్కడ చూడండి, ఇక్కడ మనకి ఒక పెద్ద రాడ్ ఇచ్చినారు, కానీ ఇక్కడ గ్రూప్ ఆఫ్ బంచ్ ఆఫ్ రాడ్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఇట్లా ఒక సింగిల్ గా ఉందనుకోండి, దాన్ని ఈజీగా బ్రేక్ చేస్తాం, కానీ ఇక్కడ గ్రూప్ గా ఉందనుకోండి మనం దాన్ని బ్రేక్ చేయలేం. సో దట్ షోస్ ద యూనిటీ. ఓకే, యూనిటీకి సింబల్గా వాళ్ళు ఈ విధంగా వాడేవాళ్ళు అనమాట సింబల్స్. నెక్స్ట్, సో దీస్ ఆర్ ద అదర్ సింబల్స్. సో ద ఐ విత్ ఇన్ ఎ ట్రయాంగిల్ రేడియేటింగ్ లైట్. సో దిస్ ఇస్ ద సింబల్, ఐ ఇన్ ఎ ట్రయాంగిల్ రేడియేటింగ్ లైట్. The all-seeing eye stands for knowledge. Eye means nothing but just knowledge. Okay. Next, the rays of the sun will drive away the clouds of ignorance. మనకి ఇక్కడ వెలుగు వస్తుంది అనుకోండి, వెలుగు వస్తుంది అంటే చీకటిని తొలగించమని. ఇగ్నోరెన్స్ అంటే మన యొక్క అజ్ఞానాన్ని తొలగించడం అనేసి దానికి గుర్తు అనమాట. ఇక్కడ కూడా ఇంకోటి చూడండి, scepter. Scepter means symbol of royal power, so it indicates that royal power symbol. So like that here also some of the other symbols is there. Snake biting its tail to form a ring, symbol of eternity. A ring has neither beginning nor end. So ఒక రింగ్ వచ్చేసి మనకి దానికి ఎండ్ ఉండదు, లేదంటే స్టార్టింగ్ ఉండదు. సో ఇట్ వాజ్ రొటేటింగ్. సో లైక్ దట్ దిస్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ సింబల్స్ ఆర్ యూజ్డ్. Okay, these are the political symbols. Of course, you can see this one. Okay, next here also some other symbols is there. Red firing cap, cap worn by a slave upon becoming free. If you are wearing this cap means you are a free man. So that is one of the symbol. Next here also blue, white, red, the national colors of France. So if you see this French flag, so we can see these three colors: blue color, white color, red color. Blue indicates for liberty, white indicates for peace, red indicates for sacrifice. Okay, this is the symbols. Next, the winged woman. So personification of law. So ring woman indicates the winged woman indicates that is giving the judgment or law. Next, the law tablet. The law is the same for all and all equal before it. So these are the symbols. It indicates that law means judgment. So that is given and treated equally for all people. So these are all the political symbols. ఇవన్నీ కూడా పొలిటికల్ సింబల్స్ అనమాట, ఫ్రెంచ్లో వాడినాలలో. ఓకే, సో ఇంతవరకు చాలు మీకు ఈ రోజుకి. మళ్ళీ ఇంకా చెప్పుకుంటూ వెళ్తే మీరు ఇంకా మీ చెవులో నుంచి పొగలు బయటకు వస్తాయి. ఇంకా చాలా పెద్దగా ఉంది లెసన్ ఇది. ఓకే, సో నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్లో మనం ఫ్రెంచ్ అబాలిషెస్ మొనార్కీ అండ్ బికమ్ రిపబ్లిక్, ఇది తర్వాత చూద్దాంలేండి. సో ఇంతవరకు వీటిలో మీకు ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే అడగండి. ఓకే, సో వెరీ బిగ్ చాప్టర్, నియర్లీ ఐ థింక్ 50-60 pages are there. Okay, so if you have any doubt from this means now you can ask. So means you can ask now. Have you followed my class now till now?
Abdullah sir.
అందరూ ఫాలో అయినారా? నేను చెప్పినది అందరూ ఫాలో అయినారా?
Sir.
Any doubts is there from this one?
No sir.
No sir.
So you are very perfect.
Class అయిపోయింది Abdullah.
Call WhatsApp call by Vamshi.
Yes, any doubt is there from this one?
Video on it.
No sir.
No sir.
So
Abdullah video.
So whenever your free time is there means, so you can see that that is a YouTube channel, you know that.
Yes sir, Gopal School. Gopal School sir.